Hello and welcome back to the channel. Well, I didn't think I was going to be shooting another video so soon after finally getting the last one posted up, but I'm putting on a new steering box. I've got access to everything with all this disc brake conversion kit stuff going on. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I've already got off the nut that holds the pitman arm on. That wasn't really a big deal. I mean, it's the original nut that's been on there for 54 years. And I thought it was going to be a real bear to get, but it wasn't. Luckily I had the right socket. It's 1.25 inches. And just a quick tug and it broke it loose and it came off. But next I gotta get the pickle fork in there, and hopefully that's big enough, and it ain't. I bet you it's not. And I gotta pry or get a puller and pull that arm off of that shaft. But then again too, now I've got access to the mounting bolts for the old one. Right here is the steering column connection. All I gotta do is push this back and forth a little bit, and I can spin this around. And I got access to disconnect that. Here's the bottom lines for the old steering box. I got access to that. This would be the time to do it. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So we get all this disconnected. I'm not going to make a detailed video about detailed shots about all that stuff. It's just basically getting a line wrench on here, loosening these up, get that disconnected. There's 3 mounting bolts. Those have been removed. The hydraulic lines, I guess you would call them, the fluid lines that run to and from the new steering or the old steering box. I got those off. And the pitman arm has been pressed off of the spline shaft. I had to rent a pitman arm puller from the auto parts store in order to get that done, and it was unbelievably easy. I couldn't believe how fast that thing came off. Everything's disconnected now. Let's see if we can drop this thing down without breaking an arm or a leg. Oh, look out. Okay. There we go. How about that? That is it then. But before putting in the new one, I've taken out some of the steering and suspension components out, freshened them up a little bit. Sway bar. Here's the upper control arms. Got some paint on them. And lower control arms. Freshened up the body frame. I freshened up the frame a little bit. Got the drag link off and cleaned that up, freshened that up a little bit, and then some other knickknacks and brackets and nut and whatnot. But while that's all drying, I've moved over to the passenger side of the car, and underneath I've fitted up the front crossover brake line for the front disc brakes, and it's fitting pretty good. I'm still wrenching it into place and all that. So this bracket on and the line into the flex line, and the next thing I'm going to do here is get this clip into that bolted onto the frame. Gonna get that in position, get everything set so I can start kind of molding it to the frame underneath. So I got that line holder on. I'll take you underneath now and see what it's looking like underneath there. So this is the line that's molded that comes in the kit. It's pretty close, but as I said before a couple times, the instructions call for a Chevelle. So this hump here in the line that's above this bolt right here where one of the hold down brackets go into, here's the other one. So I'm going to try and get those on and see where the other end ends up. Okay, I'll show you what I got. It ain't looking pretty and I don't like it. So it begins here and we go underneath the car, comes over the frame right and comes down here, down to this first clamp. It's a factory clamp too I'm using. And you look along, and just because it was meant for another car, probably a Chevelle, and this is the kit that they sent me, this thing is just like all bent. I don't like it. It looks like shit. It's probably gonna function fine, but I don't like it. I'll take you up top and see where the other end came out at. And here it is. This is the other end. And I can't make, I mean, if I struggle with this enough, I can make that look decent. Put some sort of a bracket or brace down there and marry that up with a feed line that goes into the proportioning valve here. Because this right here, this exit right here we're looking at comes up along the fender right into the bottom of this connection for the proportioning valve. And this top one is supposed to be for the driver's side. It comes out of here and goes down to the other brake caliper. Okay, I'm bringing this one to a conclusion. As you can see, the preformed line that was in the kit just isn't fitting the way it should. It took a lot of hand manipulation underneath the car just to get those clamps screwed into the frame, and I'm just not liking it because it looks like crap. So I'm probably going to end up bending some line of my own or cutting that hard line somewhere along the way after it goes up and over the frame, putting a flare and a fitting on it and putting a PTFE line on there just to simplify things. I can try doing that, but yeah, that's just it for now. I'll be coming back, of course, in another installment to finish putting on the new steering box. If you're watching the video, thanks for stopping by and watching my content. Follow me along on this project. I hope it's helping somebody out there. Somebody's watching. You know, I'm getting a few views here and there. Thank you for doing that. Please like, subscribe, and share. Peace out.